Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
On our media line, Sarah Hardin, crime analyst and media specialist at the Reidsville Police Department. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here, and we certainly appreciate our relationship, partnership with the Reidsville Police Department. It goes back many years, but you're the on the front line there when it comes to media. Give us an idea, maybe an overview, Sarah, what you do. What's your job description, so to speak?
Yeah, so I, like you mentioned, I work hand in hand with the media pretty regularly. I would say maybe a daily basis. Any events that we have going on in the city, as far as our police department is involved, I'm usually the one sending out media releases on behalf of our department, typically communicating with the media via phone. I do a lot of interviews on behalf of our department. I do like to defer a lot of those to our officers because I think it's very important that our community sees them just as much as they see me. As far as the crime analysis aspect of my job goes, I work a lot with our division commanders in tracking crime, any upticks that we have, plotting those out so that we can have a visual representation on the map, and I disperse those throughout the department on a regular basis, just so we can have a good focus of where our crime is happening within our city. And I do a lot of communication within our department as well, sending out emails about upticks in crime. If we're looking for a specific individual, I'll send that out through our department, also through other agencies as well. So it's an interesting job, and some days I feel like I just have two different hats as far as the media aspect goes and the crime analysis aspect, but when you get down to the root of it, I think they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm, sure. How did you get interested in this and end up at Reidsville PD?
Yeah, so I went to UNC Wilmington, and I graduated from there with a degree in communication studies. And my very first job out of college was at the Alamance County District Attorney's Office, and I worked there for about 2 years. And I really enjoyed that job, but I felt like there was so much more that I could do as far as maybe not preventing crimes, but I just felt like I was on the tail end and helping people get justice, but I just was really interested in the police aspect of it. And whenever I saw that Reidsville PD had a job opening for the Crime Analyst Media Specialist, I applied for it, and the rest has been history. I really love it here. You may not know this, but in May, recently I graduated with my master's degree in public administration. So, I just feel like really the sky's the limit, and I'm excited to be in Reidsville, and I'm excited to see what, I can do for the community.
I didn't know that about that master's degree. Congratulations on that. How exciting.
Yes, very exciting. Mostly that I'm done because,
Yeah.
I decided to get married and have my first child while I was in graduate school. So I'm excited that I can, sleep in on the weekends, possibly as much as you can sleep with a 2-year-old. And, it's just a lot off my plate. So, yes, very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing that with us. What are you seeing? You're mentioning the crime analyst part of your job, Sarah. What are some trends, some things that you're seeing there that you can share with us?
Yeah, so I think every city we're seeing a lot of larcenies. I think that's been a huge thing, kind of a hard thing to prevent. We encourage our residents especially to, if motor vehicle theft, things being stolen out of motor vehicles. This is something that's happening nationally. It's not just something that's happening here in Reidsville. But we encourage our citizens to do our Lock It or Lose It campaign. So at 9 o'clock, we encourage our citizens to lock your car doors, take your valuables inside. Make sure you're locking down those things of value that are around your house, your lawnmower, anything that would be easy for somebody to come through and just take, like an easy thing for them to grab. We've seen a lot of catalytic converter theft. Mm-hmm. So, we've been talking a lot about that, and again, that's also on a national level. It's not just something that we see here in Reidsville. So larceny, I think, is always going to be your biggest crime anywhere, but we see a lot of that here in Reidsville as well.
Yeah, and that program you're talking about at 9 o'clock, lock things up, and that's just some common sense. I mean, let's just almost leave the keys in the car and drive away, but just get things out of sight and out of mind.
Right, and I think, when we were talking about this, this is something that we've been talking about and focusing on the entirety of my career here is our Lock It or Lose It campaign. And I really, truly, I think that, Reidsville, it's just a really great community, and it's just something that people just don't think about. Everybody knows everybody, but you just have to be careful and just keep in mind that, yes, this is a great community, but things still happen. This is still something that we have to be prepared for. And, you can help combat these crimes by just remembering to lock your car doors, take your keys out of your vehicle, hide any valuables, take them inside. Just lock down any of those things that would be easy for somebody to grab a hold to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's nice to have good neighbors and all of that, but thieves are out there among us all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about we've done a number of programs, Sarah, with folks around the county about drug abuse and the opioid crisis and all of that, and that's everywhere. Bring us up to date on that. Maybe some information you can share with us.
Yeah, so Chief Hassel, when he was here, he wanted to do something called the Post-Overdose Response Team. And I was a part of that program, still am, and we are still doing that now, even that he's gone. We're still going strong with the Post-Overdose Response Team. And I think this is a good thing that we're doing for our community. Does it necessarily remove all drug problems in our community? No, it doesn't. We're still seeing drug crimes. We're still seeing people overdose. But we are working hand in hand with our community partners, and we're trying to get those people who are overdosing, we're trying to get them help. We're trying to get them to break the cycle of drug addiction. Mm-hmm. And I think the court team is a great resource to do that.
And, help is there. Help and hope are always available, aren't they?
That's right. That is 100% correct. And I think just being somebody who can just put all that information together, because it can be overwhelming. If you don't know all the resources in the community, and I didn't know all the resources in the community until I became a part of the court team, just having a place to find all that information and putting you in contact with people, I think that's just huge. And it's just so vital in the fight against the opioid crisis.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Let's talk about the team there at Reidsville Police Department, and maybe for those that are not involved in law enforcement, maybe give us kind of a breakdown. I know we're in between chiefs right now. I miss your chief. He was just a good media guy and always so transparent and quick to respond. But maybe the chain of command and how many people on staff. And I know you just posted a picture yesterday adding someone new. So kind of give us a breakdown, maybe a little behind the scenes with the Reidsville Police Department.
Yeah, so right now our interim police chief is Ronnie Ellison. He is very, very well known throughout the community, and we're having a great time working for him. And then we have three captains right now. So we have Captain Brian Oakley, he's over the investigations division. Captain Keith Tennant, he's over support services as well as community policing. And then interim Captain Coates, he is over the patrol division. So right now I am working in the support services division, but I work hand in hand with all of the divisions in our department. We do have a few openings here, and so we're excited to get those filled. So if anybody's looking for any information about becoming a part of our department, give us a call. Check out our website. We have everything you need to know on how to get into law enforcement, and specifically how to work for the Reidsville Police Department. Yesterday we did have a swearing in of our newest officer. Her name is Officer Tanya Downey. She is going to be great for our community, great for our department, and we're really excited to have her.
Wonderful. Let's go back a minute there to community policing, because we've done some programs about that, and that's something that your former chief was very involved in. What is community policing?
So community policing is a division that the Reidsville Police Department is extremely proud of. We have our school resource officers as a part of it, and it's going to be a division that does all of our community events, our youth summer camp, our junior police academy. We have a youth advisory committee that I spearhead here in the department, where we are working with our local high schools, and they're just a part of our department, and we have hard conversations with them, and they have hard conversations with us. Mm-hmm. And it's just a really great way to build community and to get, students involved and to let them see all aspects of law enforcement other than what they just see out in the streets. So we have had to take kind of a break due to COVID from all of our community events, but slowly but surely we're we're getting things back started again, and that's very exciting, especially for me, because that's a huge part of my job. So, we're going to be sending out stuff on social media. We're going to be sending out stuff to the media about all the summer events that we're hoping to have. So stay tuned for that. And the Community Policing Division is just a great way to keep our community involved in our department and keep our department involved in the community as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, last year was crazy and missed all of those good events that you've been involved in the past. So, yeah, it'd be great to get that back on the schedule, won't it?
Yes, and we've had a lot of people reach out to our department and ask about the different events. One of the best events that we do in our community is Coffee with a Cop. And it's super simple, and it's also my favorite because I love coffee. So I'm excited to have that where we just get together and we just chit-chat with different people in our community over coffee. And it's super easy, but people just love it. So, I'm here for it.
Okay. Now, do we have that already on the calendar, one coming up?
We don't, but we are working diligently in getting our revamping our schedule and getting things going. We have to abide by the governor's order as well. So now that things are starting to lighten up, I hope that we can get some of those on the calendar very soon.
Okay, good. Well, we'll get the word out when you're ready. And I know you've got an event coming up a week from tomorrow, Spring Rabies Clinic. So before time gets away from us, tell us about that.
So our Animal Control Officer, Jessica Dillon, I know that you spoke with her a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. She is spearheading the Spring Rabies Clinic. This is something that we do every single year. It is from 2 to 4 at the Reidsville Police Department in our back parking lot. And if you just want to bring your dogs on a leash or cats in a carrier and $8 in cash, we're going to be working with one of the local vets, and they're going to be vaccinating our animals so that we can have a healthy community.
Okay. So, again, that's Saturday, June 26th.
That's right, from 2 to 4.
2 to 4. Cost is $8, I believe.
Yep, and make sure that it's in cash.
Mm-hmm. Cash, $8 in cash. All right. Well, thank you for providing that service. Before we get away, how many members there, how many do you have there at the Reidsville Police Department, everyone?
So I believe that we have about 65 employees, and I think 50 to 55 of those are sworn officers. Wow,
that sounds like a pretty large group to me.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a great place to work, and it's really a true family here at Reidsville, and that's all that I could really ask for.
Yeah, okay. Well, glad you're there and a part of it, and thank you for being the person we need when we need to find out something happening at Reidsville PD when it comes to media relations and all of that. And yet there are a couple of openings, so we can check that, you said, on your Facebook page.
You can look at our Facebook page, or our website might have a little bit more information as far as the recruitment process. And you can give us a call, and we're always willing to speak with people. And we encourage you, if you're interested in Reidsville Police Department, reach out to us because there's so many different ways to get involved.
Wonderful. Okay, you're right about that. Yeah, I go to your Facebook page, Reidsville Police Department, on a regular basis because you've got so much good information there, such a good tool, good resources. Sarah, it's great to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for all you do for our community as well.
Well, all the best to you and Team Reidsville there at the police department. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye. Well, that was a nice visit with Sarah Hardin. She is crime analyst and media specialist at the Reidsville Police Department. She's doing a great job there, too. Again, the website you may want to check out, we'll always like to mention on this program, riseupresville.com, and then that Facebook page, Reidsville Police Department.